Moving day at the Masters is in the books, and in about 24 hours, we'll know who will slip on that green jacket as the 81st Masters champion. With only 3 tournaments left before the Masters, a lot of guys still trying to play their way in. In a game that was eerily similar to 2 years ago here between the hedges, Georgia prevails, a second-half domination, and they walk away with the victory in what Steve Spurrier called was a good old-fashioned butt kicking. When the SEC tournament started, South Carolina had to win the first game even to make it to the double elimination draw of the tournament. Over the years, we've had a number of local players play in the Super Bowl. This time around, it's Jefferson County product Fernando Velasco. We are now 3 weeks away from the Masters, and this week the PGA Tour is in Orlando at the home of the King. Of course, the big news for baseball today was the official groundbreaking of the new Green Jacket Stadium. That should be ready for the start of next season. Welcome back to Augusta National, the 81st Masters. We are almost to the midway point. The last few golfers are on the course. It is cut day. Any given day at the Canal, you may cross paths with Pardon Glovu. He'll be running, and running. After all, he's now an Olympic marathoner.
They started sinking in, I think, a week later when they actually started asking about traveling arrangements. At that point, that's when it's kind of hit me like, wow, we're actually going to Rio.
His path to Rio hasn't been easy. Back home in Zimbabwe, his running career started with something we all take for granted: shoes.
I ran barefoot for the most part when I was back home, just because we couldn't afford to buy shoes. If you wanted to buy running shoes, I actually had to go to another country in South Africa.
It certainly didn't hold him back.
You're standing in the line with school with other kids or other athletes from private schools, and they're wearing shoes, and you're like, oh well, I'm barefoot. Your shoes are gonna hold you back, and I'm going to be faster because I'm barefoot. Nothing is gonna hold me back.
Glovu was hoping to get a Division I scholarship. His grades weren't there and ended up at UNC Pembroke. That's when the Olympic dreams started to take hold.
That's when the conversation of, going to the Olympics started at Pembroke, because I had a coach that saw a greater potential than what I had. So, let's just try it and see what happens.
Distance running is mental as much as physical, and Glovu has been focusing on that.
The mental aspect is a little harder because you can just sit there. You're not there yet. So you're just preparing your mind, say, okay, well, when this happens, what's going to happen? And most of it, actually, I do it on my runs.
His goals for the Olympic marathon? To be one of the best.
I think the first tier will be, top 10 will be great. That's the first tier. The second tier, top 15 will be great. And the third tier, top 25. Okay. Top 25 will be great. So, finish top 25 in the world at the Olympics, I'll be happy about it.
He will go down as one of the greatest to put on the white and blue of Augusta University.
I jokingly say this: there's a Mount Rushmore of Augusta basketball, and those guys will know my single names: AJ, Garrett, Ben, and Keyshawn.
Keyshawn Sherrill's impact has been immeasurable with the Jags, and it all started playing with his brother, KJ. Being a foot shorter than KJ also forced Keyshawn to develop the shot he has.
Playing against KJ, who's been tall all his life, 6'7", 6'8", and then my older brother, my eldest brother, he's 6'2", 6'3", so you have to, first of all, you have to elevate to shoot over him, and then you have to have, the right touch.
Sherrill has over 2,000 points in his career, second most in school and Peach Belt Conference history. Every now and then, he takes a look at the school's all-time scoring board.
It's just an honor and a blessing to be a part of that list. So every time I look up there, I just smile. Sometimes I get teary-eyed.
Learning when to score and when to dish the ball hasn't always come easy, and the Jags' exhibition game against Division I Wichita State was a prime example.
Playing the second half, got into the lane, and I dished it off, and I think got deflected. Looked over there at the bench, and Dip told me to shoot the damn ball. Yes, sir.
This has never happened. After the game, 2 fans emailed me by the time we got back and said we should have given him a standing ovation when he left the arena. That's strong from an arena that gets a lot of basketball.
Now the end of the journey comes Saturday with the home finale, and it's been quite the ride.
It's crossed my mind, sometime this week, but I know Friday and Friday night and then Saturday morning, it's going to hit me.